Senator Roberts.
Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy President. Let's call net zero for what it really is: fraudulent supposed science covering up income redistribution protected with Big Brother government measures. That's it. Making everyday Australians economically and environmentally and socially worse off. Net zero measures are driving up the price of electricity, increasing prices, flow-on effect throughout the economy. Food, groceries, clothing, transport, travel, accommodation. Everything you buy goes up if electricity goes up. Manufacturing, smelting and heavy industry all use electricity and are struggling to stay in business. In 2024, there were 5,136 closures of established businesses, meaning those in business for 5 years or more. Established. In 2024, there were 10,497 business insolvencies, up almost 30% on 2023. Has anyone on the Greens benches bothered to ask what these Australians who have lost everything think about what UN net zero did to their businesses? Has anyone asked? We have. Some of these measures are idiocy. Green hydrogen, green steel, green aluminium. This technology does not work. That is proven. It does not work. And it never will. Physics and chemistry tell us that. It's nothing but a scheme to farm subsidies, parasitic subsidies, without which the idea would not even be contemplated. These appropriations bills are channel billions of dollars of taxpayer funds into the pockets of crony capitalists, lining up like pigs in a trough. And there's Minister Bowen, throwing more and more taxpayer money into the trough. Wasted, but who pays? The people pay. Small businesses pay. These appropriation bills contain significant allocations for net zero measures. Firstly, Department of Climate Change and Energy, $1,234,567 and $560,890. $1.2 billion. For what? Quote, support for net zero emissions by 2050 through renewable energy initiatives and emissions reduction programs. This is the stuff that comes out of the south end of a northbound bull. Number two, $987,654,321. Nearly $1 billion. For what? Quote, funding for decarbonisation projects and clean energy infrastructure to achieve low emissions targets. Carbon is in every living organism's every cell of every living organism. And then number three, $789,123, almost $500 million. What have we racked up so far? $2.7 billion. For what? Quote, investment in carbon abatement strategies and sustainable development to mitigate climate change impacts. Carbon is in every living organism's every cell. This is just one appropriation bill. This gravy train for the government's parasitic big business mates collecting subsidies, feeding off subsidies, has been going on for years, encouraged by both parties, both major parties, and the Greens. Yet the Albanese government is projecting deficits in every year of the 48th Parliament totalling over $100 billion. That's money that will be needed to be borrowed. Debt that everyday Australians will have to repay. $3,700 for every man, woman, baby, child in this country, plus interest. And we're already paying interest in such a large quantity that it's almost the single largest line item in the budget. A one-nation government will abolish the net zero transition. Our policy includes terminating all projects and removing all carbon dioxide accounting requirements on businesses. The fraud. Repealing fraudulent flood maps being used by insurance companies to price gouge consumers, which are being used to generate record profits for mostly foreign-owned insurance companies. Think of BlackRock Inc., BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, First State, etc., the global wealth funds. They own and control our insurance companies. Terminating any existing project that's at a stage where termination is cheaper for the taxpayer than the continuing, or where the project is too damaging to the natural environment to continue operation. Terminating it. We will, of course, use the generation that has been put in place until they inevitably fail in 10 to 15 years. And most importantly, our immigration policy will remigrate hundreds of thousands of people who have broken their visa conditions and limit new arrivals, and we will limit new arrivals to people holding skills we actually need, especially in housing. Remigrate, send home, deport. Remember, net zero is not reducing carbon per use per person. It's supposedly reducing Australia's carbon dioxide production to 2005 levels in total to 2035. Supposedly. Think about this. Australia's population has grown 40% since 2005. That means we all have to reduce our carbon dioxide production by an extra 40%, and this figure goes up with every new migrant arrival. The pain is only just getting started unless the Senate has the courage to stop this madness, the integrity to stop this madness. Join One Nation in saying to this government, not 1 cent more, not 1 cent. You've blown trillions. I foreshadow my amendment on sheet 3466 to remove net zero funding from this appropriation bill. Thank you.